Okay, I'm sure by now everybody has seen the Crisco candles where they're talking emergency candles where they're talking they can get like 3-month burn time out of one of these or out of a can of Crisco. May very well be true, but again, you're limiting your light, and if it's necessary, the heat output of the candle by such a small flame front. Most of the time you don't need 3 months of the candle. What you need is light and maybe a little bit of heat, which I'm not really worried about the heat. So in order to increase the light, you increase the flame front. And this is a 3/8 or 5/8 inch wick for an oil lamp that I dipped in wax to stiffen up and cut to the height of the jar. I took some rebar tie wire and bent it into basically a wick holder and just pinched it tight around the base of the wick. What the wax actually does is hold it stiff, so when it's burning down, the candle doesn't slump, or the wick doesn't slump and go out. Because once it starts burning, the Crisco in there will turn liquid with the heat, which makes it wick better. But this also keeps it upright as it's got a higher melting point. So it's fairly easy to do. Just take your wick and dip it in wax, set it up in there, and you got it set to where whatever jar you're using, I keep a lid on it. Then the next thing you do is you fill this with Crisco, just your standard Crisco, and you're all set. Light it up once it's full, and you're ready to go. We'll get back to that later. Okay, once everything's full and it's fairly solidified, then it can be stored. That way you can put the lid on it. It takes a little bit to get it going, so before you actually stick it in there, you might want to light the end of the candle and get it, or the end of the wick, and get it already charred so it'll soak up easier. But that's the flame. Once you get it going, it'll last quite a long time, and it's got a bigger flame front and more light and a lot more heat than a typical little wick candle. This will burn fuel faster than the standard, what they claim, but it puts out a lot more light and a lot more heat. So this would probably be a little better bet. It can be easily made and stored in the jars such as that. I have no idea how long it'll burn, but there you have it. Emergency light if you have to have it.